On all fours, place your hands underneath your shoulders and stack your knees underneath your hips. Moving into cat-cow, breathe in and exhale, round your spine into cat. Press your hands away from you, gaze towards your belly button and feel how your shoulder blades are moving apart. Inhale, slowly uncurl, gaze up, arch the spine and press your chest forwards. Exhale, we're focusing more on the rounding of the spine today as you press through your hands, feel that work through the arms. Inhale, slowly uncurl, arch the spine, press chest forwards. And exhale to round and cat stretch up. Hold here in your cat stretch. Spread your fingers, open your palms. Go on pushing the mat away and rounding between your shoulder blades. Gently rock forwards and back between your hands and knees. Feeling a little stretch into the wrists as you go on rounding your spine. Tucking the tailbone as you move back, keep pressing through the hands. Hold as you rock forwards, gaze forward slightly in front of you. Press through the hands and focus in your eyes, find your drishti. Slowly release and uncurl back to a neutral spine position. From here, extending the right leg straight back behind you. Breathe in and bring your right knee to the outside of your right upper arm. Squeeze your knee to the outside of the arm as if you're holding your leg in a one-legged crow. Inhale, extend your leg straight back behind you. Exhale, knee on the outside of the arm, knee to upper arm. Inhale as you kick back. Exhale, right knee to right upper arm. Hook that knee on your tricep. Lift it nice and high. Squeeze your knee to your upper arm. Look forwards and lean forwards over your wrists. Go on squeezing your knee to your upper arm. Step your right foot forwards into a lizard pose and lunge into the front leg. From here you can bring your hands forwards and come into that lizard. Option to have your back leg straight or bent, whatever feels best for you. Option to lower onto elbows or stay on your hands. Allow the right knee to open out to the side, to open up through the hip. 2 more breaths here. Gently walk back up onto your hands. Strong press through those hands. Tuck the left toes and straighten your left knee. Step your left foot forwards into a wide-legged malasana. Squat down, turning the feet out to the sides. Knees open, hands come to heart center. Allow the hips to drop down. And see if you can wiggle your upper arms below your shins, where we'll be placing those knees later on, moving into crow, just feeling into the shape. Go on pressing the thighs out. From here, ground your hands in front of you. This time you're going to step your right foot back. So we're changing legs. Right foot goes back into lizard. Left foot stays forwards. Option here to lower the back knee down or keep it straight. You can come to your elbows or stay on your hands. Allow the left knee to open out to the side, feeling that opening in the hip. Hold here and breathe in your lizard pose. Gently walk back up onto your hands. From here, bring your hands a little bit closer towards you. We're going to head our way back to kneeling on all fours. But first, bend the left knee and squeeze your left knee up against the left shoulder. Feel that Bakasana leg. Inhale, extend the left leg straight back behind you. Press through the hands. Keep focusing your drishti forwards. Left knee to left upper arm. See if you can hook that knee up against the tricep. Really squeeze your knee in. Inhale as you press back. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Inhale as we kick back. Last time, knee to upper arm. Holding it there, squeezing the foot in. Stepping your left foot forwards. Gentle lizard pose. And then bringing your hands forwards, we're going to come straight into our Malasana. Stepping both feet to the top of the mat. Wide-legged squat. Bring hands to heart center. Drop down through the hips. And see if you can wiggle your upper arms below the knees and shins. Hold here and breathe. Slowly coming up to standing. So pushing down through your feet, slowly begin to rise up to stand. Keeping your feet where they are, you're going to pivot towards the right, swiveling on the balls of the feet, and squat down into a curtsy squat, facing towards the back of the mat. Inhale, we pass through the center, swiveling onto the left side, and squat down. Inhale, we come back to center, facing back to the top of the mat, and step feet together in Tadasana, mountain pose. Release the arms down. Go on, lifting up through your chest. Shoulder blades lightly together and down. From here, moving into Utkatasana chair pose, bend your knees, brush your fingertips across the mat and sit back into chair. Have the weight back into your heels to help you descend a little bit deeper. Come all the way down into a Malasana, this time with your feet together and round through the spine. Place your hands in front of you and take a little step or jump straight back into plank. Holding in your plank position nice and strong. Pressing the hips up into downward facing dog. Breathing here in your down dog. Go on pressing through your hands. Nice strong straight arms. Make sure your hands aren't turned inwards, but that your pointer finger is pointing to the top of the mat. Moving into three-legged dog, right leg extends up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring the right knee to the right upper arm again, just as you did on all fours. Hooking the knee higher to the upper arm. And reach back into three-legged dog, pressing through those hands. Exhale, knee to right upper arm, squeezing knee to the shoulder, and pressing back three-legged dog. One more time, knee to upper arm. Hold it there, look forwards, lean forwards over those wrists. Pressing back three-legged dog, and back to downward facing dog. Looking forwards to the top of the mat, bending the knees, option to step or take a little jump into a Malasana squat at the top of the mat. Feet are together, open knees out to the sides, hands to pray, and wiggle your shoulders below the knees. Feel the rounding in the spine and the rounding between the shoulder blades. down through your feet to come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Weight back in the heels, sit low. Inhale, rise to standing. Arms down to your sides. Take a moment to ground. Again we go, bending the knees, sweeping from the ground into chair. Sitting the weight back into the heels, squeeze knees and thighs together. Breathe in. Exhale, come all the way down into Malasana, squat feet together, shoulders below the knees, sit low. It's fine if your heels come off the ground here. Just feel nice and compact with those legs. Placing your hands on the mat in front of you, take a step or jump straight into plank. Hips up, pushing through the hands, downward facing dog. This time, left leg floats up into three-legged dog. Knee comes to the left upper arm as we shift our weight forwards. Squeeze knee up against the shoulder. Inhale, kick back, three-legged dog, pushing through the hands. Exhale, shift your weight forwards. How high can you squeeze your knee up against the shoulder? Press back, three-legged dog. One more time, hooking knee to the upper arm. This time, look forwards. See if you can lean a little further onto your hands. Press back, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, coming back into downward facing dog. We bend the knees to prepare to jump forwards, or option to step, bending the knees, drishti forwards. Take a little jump into your Malasana squat. Feet together, knees open to the sides, hands to heart center. Grounding through the heels as we push down through the feet. Utkatasana, chair pose, sitting nice and low into those legs. Rise up to standing, inhale. And arms to your sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, both arms up, Hastasana, high mountain. Slow forward fold, Uttanasana. Relax the head and option to bend the knees. Inhale to halfway lift, press chest forwards. Ground through your hands, walk, step or jump into plank. Moving the hips up into downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg sweeps up with three-legged dog. Step forwards between the hands, come into a low lunge position. Keeping the back leg straight, moving into Skandasana. So bring the hands to the inside of the right foot. Swivel to the back heel, come into Skandasana. Hands onto the ground, sink low through the hips. Fine to be high on the right ankle, or you can set it back into the hip. Keep the right knee pressing wide out to the side. Left toes flexing up to the ceiling. Slowly move through the center to Skandasana to the left, moving to the back of the mat. Pressing the left thigh out to the side. Facing the back of the mat, now turn to low lunge over the left leg. Ground through your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Facing the back of the mat, left leg rises to three-legged dog. Stepping forwards between your hands, low lunge. Moving to Skandasana on the left, bring hands to the inside of the left foot. Swivel onto the right heel and fold forwards in your Skandasana. Pressing the left thigh out to the side. Feeling that opening into the hips. Slowly moving through the center, Skandasana to the right, moving back to the front of the mat. Turning back to low lunge on the right leg facing forwards. And stepping back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, option to walk, step or jump into Malasana. Getting the shoulders below the knees, rounding through the spine. Pressing through the heels, Utkatasana, chair pose, sitting back into the heels. Inhale up to standing, arms down to your sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. Moving into our moon salutation now. Inhale, both arms up. Bring hands to prayer and option to extend the index fingers forwards. Reach up as you take a side stretch to the right, little half moon. Keeping hips and shoulders forwards. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, reach up. Taking a big step with your left foot into goddess pose. Turning to the side of the mat, pressing the thighs out wide. Straighten the legs as you turn your right foot out 90 degrees, left toes turning 30 degrees for triangle pose. Reach to the right, place your hand to the shin, and extend your top arm overhead. Think of lengthening through your bottom waist and turning your ribs up towards the ceiling. From here, we move into pyramid. So swiveling on the ball of your back foot, turning the hips square to the front of the mat, fold forwards into pyramid. Keeping the legs nice and long and wide. Bend the front knee, coming into Anjaneyasana, ground the left knee. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen through the sides of the body, little back bend. Try not to sink into your lower back, but rather reach up through the sides of your body. Turning into Skandasana, option to have hands on the floor, or if you like, you can keep hands in prayer. Pressing the right thigh out just as we did earlier. Skandasana to the back of the mat, onto the left leg. Turning to low lunge and Anjaneyasana, facing the back of the mat. So ground the right knee, lunge into the left leg, facing the back. Inhale, reach up, and little back bend. Release hands to the ground, straighten the front leg into pyramid pose. You can stay on the ball of the right foot or ground the heel, whatever feels best for you. Go on scissoring the hips, drawing the left thigh back to keep the hips straight. Moving into triangle pose, ground your back heel with the toes turned slightly in. Left hand to shin and rotate open into your triangle pose. Go on lengthening the side of the waist and turning ribs up towards the ceiling. releasing both shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, come up to standing for your goddess pose, turning both toes out, pressing thighs wide out to the sides. Come to stand at the back of your mat. Inhale, arms up. And release arms down, Tadasana, facing the back of the mat. And we flow through all of that to bring us back to the front. So inhale, both arms up. Interlace fingers and press your index finger up to the ceiling. Take a breath in to reach up and side bend to the left. Inhale, arms up. Side bend to the right, keeping hips and shoulders pointing forwards. Inhale, arms up. Big step with the right foot to come into goddess pose, pressing the thighs wide out to the sides. Straightening the legs for triangle. Left foot out 90 degrees, right toes turn in slightly. Reach to the left, hand to the shin, and open up into triangle pose. Moving into pyramid, turning onto the ball of the back foot, squaring the hips, and forward fold over the left leg. Bending the front knee, come into Anjaneyasana, low lunge with the back bend. Inhale, arms up and back. Hands come to heart center. Moving into Skandasana, hands to prayer or on the ground. Slowly moving to the front of the mat, Skandasana to the right. Turning back to the front of the mat, low lunge, inhale, arms up, reach up. Hands release down to fold forwards into pyramid. Squaring the hips, lengthening the spine, forward fold. Grounding the back heel to come into triangle, right hand to shin. Opening the left arm up, turning the chest open into triangle. Coming back up into goddess, turning both toes out, press the thighs out wide. Stepping back to the front of the mat, inhale, arms up, reach up, and arms release back to your sides. Grounding into Tadasana. Adding on to our moon salutation, crossing left thigh over round, standing figure four stretch. Squat low and press the left thigh open. Come up and take a big step wide to the outside of the mat. Straighten the arms and legs into star. Turning the toes in and slowly forward fold into wide-legged standing fold. Hands underneath the shoulders, look forwards, little lean onto the wrists. Option to come up to the balls of the feet, press through the hands, look forwards to focus your drishti. Rolling back. Turn right foot out 90 degrees, left toes in, open up into your triangle pose. Folding into pyramid, swivel onto the ball of the back foot, square the hips. Inhale and exhale, forward fold over the front leg. Bend your front knee. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, arms down. Step forward into your Malasana squat. So turning the right toes out. Step forwards, Malasana. Sit low through the hips, bringing knees onto the upper arms. Rounding through the spine, nice and compact. Ground through the hands, step the left foot back into low lunge. Turning to Skandasana. Move to the back of the mat, Skandasana left, pressing the left thigh out to the side. Facing the back of the mat, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, arms up. Forward fold, pyramid pose, squaring off the hips. Ground your back heel for triangle pose, left hand to shin, opening up into Trikonasana. Inhale, standing, goddess pose, knees press out to the sides, chest lifts up. Stepping to the back of the mat, arms up, inhale. Exhale, arms down. Right leg prepares to cross over for standing figure 4 stretch. Pressing the right thigh out to the side, sit low. Take a big step out to the side, star pose, straightening arms and legs, reach up. Turn the toes in and slow forward fold, Prasarita. Hands underneath shoulders, press through the hands, option to rise to the balls of the feet, press through the hands, look forwards, lean forwards. And roll back. Left toes turn out 90 degrees, right toes turn in, open up into your triangle pose. And turning to the back of the mat, fold forwards into pyramid. Bending the front knee, low lunge, inhale, arms up. Reaching up, lunging deep into the front leg. Arms come down. Moving into Malasana, turning the left toes out. Straighten the back knee, step forwards to squat, Malasana. Nice and round through the spine. Go on squeezing knees to upper arms. Rounding through the shoulder blades. Ground through the hands, step back and move into Skandasana on the left. Moving back to the front of the mat, Skandasana right. Turning back to the front of the mat, low lunge, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands ground to fold forwards into pyramid pose, squaring the hips, lengthening the spine, and forward fold. Ground the back heel, right hand to shin, open up into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale to come up for goddess pose, turning toes out, pressing thighs wide. Come back to standing at the top of the mat, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And release, Tadasana. Moving to our peak pose now. Let's come through Utkatasana into Malasana. So sweeping hands to the ground, sit back, Utkatasana chair. Sit low to the ground as we keep feet together, knees out to the side. Come forwards to place your knees onto your upper arms, really getting nice and compact. From here, place your hands onto the ground and see if you can really drag your hands back, really solidifying the wedge of your knees onto your upper arms. Lift the chest slightly and come up onto the toes. The key here is to look forwards in front of you. So just practice moving forwards and back, looking forwards, leaning to hands and rocking back, making sure the knees are squeezed high onto the upper arms, gaze forwards, round the spine, squeeze knees to upper arms, look forwards, option to lift one foot off the floor and place it down, option to lift the other foot off the floor and place it down. If you're feeling strong, lifting both feet off the ground, making sure shoulders are wedged underneath the knees. Look forwards, round the spine, lean forwards, and when you're ready, hovering feet off the ground. Keep looking forwards, pressing forwards, rounding through the spine. Gently ground, step or jump that plank, hips up, downward facing dog. Bringing knees to the mat and moving back into child's pose and release. One more time, coming into downward facing dog. Gaze forwards, option to walk, step or jump into your Malasana. Feet together, knees open wide. Sit low, bringing your shoulders below the shins. Place the hands on the mat and drag your hands back until they can't come back anymore. Shuffle knees to upper arms, come up onto the toes, lift your chest. Look forwards, lean forwards. Option to stay here, lift one foot or both feet off the ground. Draw your heels up into the bum, press through the hands. Keep looking forwards and gently release. Come to sitting down with the legs crossed and lengthen up tall. Inhale, reaching both arms up. Taking a little twist towards the right, left hand to right knee. Sitting up nice and tall. And exhale to a twist. Make sure not to lean into your backhand, but keep pressing off your fingertips, lengthening through your spine. Inhale, both arms up. And twisting towards the left. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale to spiral. Lastly, turning your head to look over your back shoulder. Shoulder blades drawing down and shoulder blades lightly together. Inhale, release, both arms up and back to seated. Coming to lie on our back, shuffle your feet forwards and gently recline down onto your back. Bending the knees to place the feet for bridge pose. Arms are to your sides, feet hip distance apart. Press or curl the hips up into bridge. Really lifting the hips up now after all those back bends, or rather forward bends, and rounding the spine. Here's a little back bend to counter pose. Option to interlace fingers and gently tuck the shoulders underneath you. Pressing the chest up and pushing down through the upper arms. Keep your neck nice and natural here. Don't pull your arms too far down that you jam your chin to your chest. Keep your neck in its natural curves. Push through the feet to go on, lifting the hips. Release your bind and slowly lower the hips back onto the mat. Bring the arms into cactus position and shuffle your feet the width of the mat. Windscreen wipe your knees to the right and to the left in your own time. Slowly releasing and unwinding. Preparing for Shavasana, straightening your legs along the ground, let your feet flop out to the sides. Arms rest alongside your body with the palms turned up. Make any finer adjustments so that you're comfortable. Close your eyes. Turn your awareness to your breath. And completely let go here in Shavasana. Namaste.